Welcome back to Real Sports, everybody, right here on the Who Are They Real Entertainment Network. I'm your host, Colin Morris. Close joining me is the man, the myth, the legend, Matt Master Thomas. We are going to roll through this shit. We got so much stuff to talk about. There's so much stuff going on in sports. We're going to talk about March Madness, men's and women's. We're going to talk about the NFL. We're going to talk about the NBA. We're going to talk about the Masters. We're going to talk about F1. And we're also going to talk about baseball. So let's go. Let's roll. Matt, right off the top, March Madness is over. It's officially April 5th, the end of March. That is the last day of March. Pretty sure there was something going to Congress about daylight savings time. We need to extend the month of March to actually just end every year when we know the last day of the tournament is, so we can just avoid all this stuff and just stop being confused. Kansas takes the game last night on the largest comeback in NCAA title game history, down 15 points at half to North Carolina. North Carolina looked unstoppable. They were getting to the free throw line at will, and I was depressed. I did not give it the number one TV last night out of respect for the Duke Blue Devils. They had the number two TV, aka my iPad, and it was on silent, and I was also silent because I was watching Sonic the Hedgehog, and I was enjoying Sonic the Hedgehog, and I had a really great time watching Sonic the Hedgehog while I was watching this game. It was really keeping me smiling the whole time because I should have been frowning the entire time. So it was great. And the second half rolled around. Also, drink number 6 of the night as I was trying to get through the fact that they were up 15 points. Okay, I had 3 at dinner. And then we had nice.
I know you and I are both Duke fans, but I wasn't going that. Ooh.
Well, no. I told Guy and I we're gonna go out to dinner. I'm not gonna watch the game, but we planned dinner too early because it was the only reservation we could get. It's half off oyster night at the best oyster restaurant in town on Mondays. You go in and it's like $1.50 for a nice oyster, like big old oyster, and you can go crazy. So whatever. Point of the story: Kansas on an unbelievable comeback, just led by Remy Martin, who, if you don't know, transfers from Arizona State, beats Kansas in 2020 and 2021, and then transfers to Kansas and wins a national championship with them and goes 3 of 3 from 3 or 4 of 4 from 3 in the second half, leading Kansas on just an incredible tear. Shout out to McCormick on Kansas for completely concussing Brady Manick in the first half, and Brady Manick just plays the rest of the game. That kid got hit in the head and woke up and was like, am I in Kansas now? He thought he was in Kansas, the reverse of Wizard of Oz. Just crazy stuff in March Madness. Of course, Duke losing to North Carolina.
Love you, Connor.
What's up, Connor? Happy to see you here, bud. What is
fixing that now, Shug?
Let's go. We got crazy stuff going on there with Coach K's career ending. That is a tough spot to be in. Nolan Smith also leaving the program, announced yesterday.
I thought he was joining as an associate head coach, not leaving the program.
Announced yesterday he's leaving the program. Just bad vibes all around for Duke. But most of the world. Oh, I miss you too, Shug. But that's Colin with 1 L. So I don't know who that 2 L is. Yeah, I don't. It's just too sad. We could do a whole Coach K episode if we want to when things slow down in the summertime. But geez, this is just sad. Okay, on to the happy stuff. South Carolina beat UConn, baby, to win the women's national championship. The real Carolina prevails, baby. South Carolina Gamecocks are national champions for the second time since 2017, and handing Gino his first loss in a title game as UConn head coach. He was previously 11-0. Now Dawn Staley, the only undefeated women's coach with multiple wins in national championship games. So take that to the bank. And Aaliyah Boston, just an incredible player. And she had 11 points. She's the only player in NCAA history to average 16-16 in a tournament run.
Yeah.
16-16. That is bonkers. She is incredible. That team is incredible from top to bottom. Freaking Destiny is just incredible. She was just took over the game. I think she was the first player in 20-something years to have a career high in a title game, and she had
Yeah.
it was like either 26 or 31 points. It was just absolutely incredible night from her. UConn had no answer for Carolina's intensity, for their aggressiveness on the boards, and it was just prevalent throughout. There was a stretch. UConn went on a little 11-0 run in the third and kind of cut it down, but UConn just couldn't keep it up, and Carolina just put them right down like a sick dog. So, I mean, it was just a straight ass whooping, and I loved it. And Dawn Staley was just having the best time. And Leah Boston, after the game, of course, famously last year, she was crying, and that was the marketing tool of NCAA. She took offense to that and really took some pride in making sure that didn't happen again. And guess what, folks? She's coming back next year with the #1 recruiting class in the country. So,
Repeat.
I'll just say.
Repeat.
I was also having and we could talk about this for a second. This year women's sports in general have taken a huge leap in terms of financial equality going forward, and soccer being the huge pusher of the momentum in that direction. The women's tournament having 64 teams this year. I mean, they did a great job.
Great.
ESPN, I think, did a great job of it. Dawn Staley, after the game, though, with some pretty controversial comments, saying that they need corporate competition, that CBS, that NBC, even though that's pretty much it, need to be vying for these contracts to increase the value of the tournament, because if not, it's just ESPN's thing, and it is just at the will and mercy of the NCAA and ESPN. It's not ever going to be dictated by competition, which is what drives up value. So, thanks, man. Appreciate it. It's always there. This, to me, is just a sign that things are moving in the right direction. It's the highest viewed NCAA women's title game in 18 years. So, and I'm pretty sure that goes back to Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi days.
By the way, their broadcast.
Best thing of the night.
Awesome.
Best part of the night.
I didn't get to watch it live, but I watched back parts of it. I'm like, yo, let's just keep doing Manning casts like this. We don't even need the actual commentators anymore. Let's just Manning cast it, figure out what players who aren't involved in those games.
I will tell you this, because I do this for baseball. I would rather watch a local radio broadcast dubbed over.
Yes.
Or just the local broadcast. Just plug in the local broadcast. Because guess what, guys? 3 minutes is 3 minutes. So if you got to take a 3-minute break, it's a 3-minute break. So just cut, come on back. Like, it ain't much. So, I mean, I loved it. It was great. They had LeBron on for the first quarter, Doris Burke on for the second quarter, and then the third quarter and the third and most of the fourth was Mega Rapinoe. So that was great. I don't know, Shug, who did get suspended for 80 games? I know. Pedro Severino, the Brewers, without pay. Oh, wow. Hey, baseball players, don't do clomiphene. It'll get you suspended 80 games. Yeah. Hey, Shug.
We'll get there in a minute.
Let's talk about basketball. And let's talk about how tonight is a pretty do-or-die game for the Los Angeles Lakers. If they lose tonight, they are out of the play-in tournament, out of the playoffs. Frank Vogel out as head coach.
That's already done.
I know. All right, let me finish my sentence. And word today. Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that too. Word today that the two names to replace him are Quinn Snyder or Doc Rivers.
I think it'll be Doc.
I definitely think it'll be Doc Rivers, because it's the wrong choice to make, and that has been the Lakers' motive for the last 2 seasons.
But LeBron has also talked about how much he'd love to play for Doc, and that's why I think they would do it to make LeBron happy.
Magic Johnson literally went on television and said, if we would have signed DeMar DeRozan and gotten Buddy Hield and what other name? It's like, instead of Russell Westbrook, we would be in the Western Conference Finals. Like, well, cool, dude. You fucking didn't, and that's kind of tampering. In the words of Will Smith, keep their fucking names out your fucking mouth.
Hey, it's not tampering. He doesn't work for anyone anymore. And also,
that's right. I just assume he's still just like
name out your fucking mouth.
Let's go. Tell him.
It's not tampering anymore. That's what we gotta.
He just owns the Lakers. No big deal. Come on.
No, he doesn't have a stake in the Lakers. He owns
the group does, Matt. It's the
Dodgers.
Same thing.
The Dodgers is who he owns part of, not the Lakers. He had to sell his bit of the Lakers, if I remember correctly.
Live reporting here. The next day, he sold his 4% interest in the Lakers for an estimated $27 million.
Mm-hmm. No, he doesn't own any of the Lakers anymore. I remember.
Oh, because he went to. Hold on.
Yeah.
Magic Johnson. Wait. This was in 2010.
Yeah, he sold his shares in Lakers a while ago.
Because he wanted to. Never mind.
Yeah.
I'm not reading an article from 2010. Okay. I mean, what the fuck are they gonna do, dude? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Dude, the Lakers don't have a first-round draft pick. Like, the Lakers are so invested in these players. Like,
wait. I thought their picks were lottery protected. Or they didn't protect. Yikes! Yeah, that is
That's rough. In the words of Prince Zuko, that's rough, buddy.
I know Russell's about to walk.
Duh.
There's talks they might look at trading AD.
To who? This is how he goes to the Celtics. And it'll be for like Robert Williams in 2 first-round draft picks. Oh my God, I'm calling it now.
Robert Williams and Jaylen Brown.
No. It'll be that trio, bro. It'll be the trio. That's a goal for freaking not Danny Ainge, Brad
Steve. But my point is that there's apparently Jaylen Brown is the one that they're willing to move out. So it's like, hey,
Shug said trade his ass for a paper plate because at least the paper plate can stay healthy. Big facts. Tell him what's up, dude. I love this.
And that's why, like, you sit here and you look. It's like, who would take that chance on him? Would the Pelicans be like, hey, we'll give you CJ and Zion?
You know what the answer is? What? I'll tell you. Then if I'm the Lakers, Rob Pelinka, pick up the fucking phone right now or when the time comes. I would go for Triple J. Anthony Davis and John Morant makes me weak. That makes me want
I think they're going to look outside the conference, though. You
got it. Who gives a fuck?
Or they're gonna send them to they would send them someone lower in the conference or a mid team in the conference.
Hey, whoa! No body shaming, Zion slander.
And Zion might play the last couple games and the play-in apparently.
And he's gonna leave and go to Memphis. That's my dream. Okay, that's my dream.
You don't want the Duke 3 back together in the Big Apple?
Fuck that. I want the South Carolina power couple. I want the number 1 and 2 picks from the state of South Carolina on the same team. Memphis Grizzlies. Let's go. That would be sick. Tell me that wouldn't be fucking awesome. See, in the AAU days, Zion's like, just catching crazy lobs from Ja.
What would you do then? Move Triple J to center?
Yeah.
Unless he's a part of the deal. Yeah, he can do. That's why I said that. Oh, so I'm going to...
Matt, how tall are you?
I'm 6'1".
Shug, shut up. He's 6'1".
That's why I said football, because I could play on D-line or lineman. So that's why I said football. I'm not skinny enough to play basketball.
Yeah, I was going to say, Matt ain't playing basketball.
I used to. But when I stopped growing, they're like, hey, we trained you as a big man your entire life, and now we need you to learn guard skills. And you're like,
yeah, that's usually the opposite. It's usually the guy who's a guard his whole life and then grows into be 6'11". Right. It's not the opposite. In my area,
they're like, you know what? Based off of height, we're going to give you your height at this age, that's how we're gonna keep training you growing up, and that's why they're just screw over people in my area because parents out here, Cleveland sports fans, they like to treat it like just professional sports. Yeah.
Also in the NBA, LeBron is out tonight with an ankle injury.
I'm pretty sure they're just saying screw it at this point.
Yeah, Zion news said he was coming from his stepdad, right? What?
Yeah, that Zion news is coming from stepdad. This is just has me excited. Cleveland State, the school I go to, is down to 4 finalists for the head coaching positions. It is Roger Powell Jr., the Gonzaga assistant, Rob Jones, Norfolk State head coach, Rob Summers, who's a current CSU assistant, and the big one, which has me super excited, current CSU assistant Drew Joyce III.
Very nice.
Who, for those who don't know who Drew Joyce III is, that is LeBron's best friend, his high school teammate. His father coached LeBron and them to 1 state championship, and has coached that school that he still works at to 11 state championships over the last 23 years. That's basically every other year he's winning a state championship, which is insane. So, but Drew also played overseas in Germany and is the all-time leading assist leaguer in the German league. So that's big. Everyone wants Drew to get the job, and that means we might see LeBron a little bit more in Cleveland. Anyways.
Okay. Anything else on the NBA? I mean, we got Steph is out for the playoffs.
Yeah, Steph's out until for the playoffs. I thought they were going to
out until the playoffs.
That's the last week of the regular season, so we can do this real quick. It's been a while since we've done this, but I think if anything, and Connor, Doc is what I think is going to be out of the two that are mentioned. If they can somehow get Pop to say Pop, do 1 year in purple and gold, then maybe. But rookie report card. I think if anything, the last week has showed us how important one player is and why he is the rookie of the year, and that is Evan Mobley, because
betting favorite by like minus 500.
Yeah. And I know people are like Scotty Barnes, Cade's putting up 20 and 6 and 6. Cade's putting up 26 and 6 on one of the worst teams in the league, so I don't want to hear that noise.
You know who should be in discussion? Josh Giddey.
Yeah, he's number. I think he's 5th in the current rankings. But like to me, it's Scotty Barnes or Evan Mobley, and a lot of people in the league or who are involved and report on the league thinks the Cavs would not be where they are without Evan Mobley, but the Raptors would still be the Raptors without Scotty Barnes, which I can kind of agree with. They'd still be successful, but
Cade also got off to a slow start.
Yeah,
they had like 1 month left.
Yeah, he had 1 month less.
People talking about him, except like, when's it gonna come? It wasn't good talk.
Yeah. Well, it was also he had that rolled ankle and missed the first month and a half. But I mean, Evan stepped up when Jared Allen went down, and if the people who felt Jared Allen shouldn't have been an all-star the first time around, been proven wrong, because the Cavs have been mightily shit without him. But Evan stepped up when he needed to, and then Evan went down. So it's one of those things where, if anything, this stretch of the last week has proved why one player is an all-star and one is a rookie. One is the rookie of the year. So that's just my thing. Play-in tournaments are going to be interesting because we're still jockeying for seeding. You got the Cavs, the Nets, the Hawks, and the Hornets. That is officially the Cavs could still technically make it in, but it's not likely. But as of right now, that's looking like the official play-in for the East. The West's play-in gets decided tonight. and the Lakers are probably going to lose. So let's just say what the West play-in is, and that is San Antonio, New Orleans, the Clippers, and Minnesota. Which, by the way, Ty Lue should be up for Coach of the Year, because how do you coach a Clippers team to basically being 500 without your 2 star players? That's a real fucking coach.
Yeah. That's fucking impressive.
But if the play-in were today, you'd have the Cavs versus Hawks, and the Hornets versus the Nets. Who would you pick in which matchup and why?
Well, it's the Nets.
So for Cleveland and Atlanta, who would you pick?
Is Mobley going to play?
Let's say Mobley's supposed to be back by the end of this week. So we're supposed to have Allen and Mobley back for the play-in.
It's one game.
Yeah. And keep in mind, the Cavs are 1-3 in that matchup, but in all 3 of those losses, Jared Allen hasn't played.
I'll take the Cavs and I'll take the Nets.
So then the Nets will be playing Atlanta, and Atlanta whooped their ass this past week.
Well, the Nets will win that. Well, they don't play.
No, remember.
No. They play each other, but they both make the playoffs. Yeah, that's for the 7th and 8th seed, right?
Yeah. So 7 plays 8. Winner of 7 and 8 only has to win 1 game to get in.
Correct.
The loser plays the winner of 9-10. So you're saying Brooklyn beats the Hornets, Hawks, Nets. You're still taking the Nets at that point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's yeah. So then we'll recap that. It should be next week, right?
Yeah, and then real quick, standings right now: Minnesota or Clippers for the 7-8 game. Who you got?
Clippers.
Really, you have Clippers over Minnesota?
Yeah.
So then, Pelicans or Spurs?
Spurs.
So Spurs, Minnesota.
Probably Minnesota.
Okay. So you got the Clippers, Minnesota making it in as a 7 and 8, and you got the Cavs and the Nets making it in as your 7 and 8. All right, I respect that.
Where is? So last game of the regular season is the 10th.
Yep, and the Cavs are playing the Bucks, who will probably end up sitting their talent anyways because they're basically set. Like, I think
know when those games are. Oh, April 12th. It's Monday.
Yep. Wait, April 12th is
Monday because the 10th is Saturday, right?
No, April 12th is Tuesday.
Oh, okay. So that's yeah. Maybe we do like a watch along or something.
I'm down for that.
Might have a game. Let me check. No, I think I have a day game that day. Yeah, I have a day game that day.
I'd be down because I don't have a screening that night because I've already seen Fantastic Beasts, so that would be the screening for. Which, by the way, my review of Fantastic Beasts will be up on the channel later tonight. So,
nice. Okay, let's move on over to the NFL as we are approaching the NFL draft. Things are heating up. There was a trade for picks. I don't really care, but sure. Look at this. 3 picks. The Eagles still have 2 picks in the first round. I don't give a fuck. I'm trying to give a fuck about it.
It's important for the Saints, though, because this gives the Saints the ammunition to move up even further. Because the rumor is they're trying to move up for a quarterback to put behind Jameis for a year.
That's cool.
Because they get
to do it.
I agree. Because they gave up their first next year. This ain't a cute.
Why am I going to trade up for Jameis Winston, which is basically what Malik Willis is?
Oof.
I'm coming out of college. Jameis Willis.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Looks like Jameis Winston, who is honestly
shorter Jameis Winston.
One of the best sports calls of my entire life. The first game Jameis Winston played at Florida State, he was playing against Penn State, and he threw like 7 touchdowns. And I looked at my roommates and I said, "That guy's going to win the Heisman." They said, "That guy's 18 years old." freshmen don't win the Heisman. I said, fuck you. He's going to win the Heisman. And guess what? He won the Heisman. That dude's good. Malik Willis is pretty good too. I just don't think you need to trade up picks for him. I think the Steelers are going to make a big mistake if they trade up. Go ahead, Steelers fans. Go ahead. Trade on up. I've seen all the mock drafts in the world that are like the Steelers are going to have to end up trading up to 2 because there's rumors that the Lions are talking themselves into Malik Willis. Is that just smoke? Probably. Because I think they should take a defender. Lions don't need to be thinking about offense right now.
Yeah. I mean, the Lions are just oof, yuck. They don't. They need another lineman or a defender. I'm right there with you, honestly. Like,
yeah.
And then next year, that's when you get your. Fuck no, they will not. They know this draft is shit. Why would they draft a future Jared Goff
Lions
and Kenny Pickett?
Also aren't at 1. It's the Jags.
Yeah,
the Jags are
I guess
maybe
maybe he means with their one, because people have said that's a possibility. I'm just like, why?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, that would be
okay. Yeah. Yeah,
so.
I mean, I've looked at a lot of mock drafts. I'm looking at one right now from Danny Kelly from The Ringer. Yeah, he's got him saying the Lions addressed their wide receiver group in free agency, signing DJ Chark to a 1-year deal and retaining Khalif Raymond and Josh Reynolds. These moves should make a softer landing spot for Willis, who offers unmatched upside in this quarterback class, but may need time to develop. Goff has a good opportunity to be a bridge in 2022. So, yeah, as we lose Matt, I guess we can transition quickly over into the most popular sport on the planet, and that's F1. Formula One is here, and it is here to stay, folks. And that is why we are giving time and dedication to it here on this show. Welcome to the Formula One section of the show, folks. As we approach the Australian Grand Prix this weekend, we have had 2 incredible races so far this season. Charles Leclerc winning the first, Max Verstappen winning the second. Whew, it's been absolutely crazy. I wish Matt was here so he could listen to me talk about all this stuff, because this stuff has just been absolutely crazy. There he is.
I said I'd be right back.
Oh, I didn't hear you. I was too busy talking. I was listening to myself. Dude, I'm gonna make you watch a Formula One race. I'm gonna make you do it because it's fun and doesn't take as long as you think, and there's no commercials.
When would this be? Because my work schedule is in the way of everything.
They're always on Sundays, and they're at weird times. But they vary. Sometimes it's at 1 in the afternoon. Sometimes it's at 8 in the morning. Sometimes it's at 10 at night.
Gonna depend, because you primarily name.
Or I mean, I have F1 TV, so you can just watch a race. But it's so much fun. And this season is crazy because they changed the cars so that they're more. They're less likely to bump when they're closer. They've created better racing. It's way more fun to watch. You did a terrible job of selling this. Just watch Drive to Survive on Netflix. It'll get you hooked. But it's just so much fun. The drama, the YouTube content that comes from it, it's just so incredible to follow along. And I still haven't been able to officially pick a team because I just like so many different drivers. I'm a big Lando Norris, Charles Leclerc, and George Russell fan, the youngsters. I like the youngsters of the sport. They're all younger than 23. It's crazy. And Charles Leclerc is leading the damn thing right now. He's got how many points does he have? A lot. No, not really a lot. He's got 45 points. He's leading his teammate by 12, who has 33. And the Max Verstappen has 25 points because he won last week, but he didn't even finish the first race. The champion from last year didn't finish because of the fuel pump issue that caused him and his teammate to not be able to finish the race. They weren't able to do full race length tests on their fuel pumps. And I guess it was using up more fuel than they thought. I thought that was that's so stupid. But now it's something I'm reading articles about, what can Red Bull do to fix their fuel pump issue? I'm like, okay, yeah, let me read this. Matt, what's your favorite kind of car?
I'm not a car guy. Period.
Any kind of car. You don't have you don't have the car in your mind that you're like, I could buy a car, I'm gonna buy this car.
It's strictly for geeky reasons. That's a 67 Chevy Impala from Supernatural.
That's fine. See, it could have been from Fast and the Furious. Like for me, it's a Nissan 350Z. I need DK's Nissan 350Z. That is one of the sexiest cars ever put on the screen. And now they're coming out with the 2023 Nissan Z that looks sick. It's and it's only like 40 grand. I told my dad that. He was like, 400 horsepower for 40 grand? I have to get another car. Like, yeah, Dad, you go ahead and get another car. You have that. What else we got? The Masters. Guess what, guys? Tiger Woods is going to play in the Masters. Ending his 17-month absence. He's coming back and he's going to play.
It hasn't felt like 17 months. I was like, it hasn't been that long. I'm like, oh my God, it has been that long.
All right. Quick preview. Augusta's crazy. You got a lot of people in contention at this thing, but only a few people can win it. I got 4 names for you to look at. Victor Hovland. That's one. Just unbelievable consistency personified. The guy is a lock for top 25. Will Zalatoris, lock for a top 25 as well. Colin Morikawa and Brooks Koepka are contenders to win it, along with Justin Thomas. Those are names everyone should know if you're following golf. John Rahm, probably going to win it. If I had enough money to put just to, throw some shit on golf, honestly, that'd probably be it. Just to, like, get your money back, win a little something. But if you want a name, folks, if you want a name that can win you some money, Siwoo Kim for a top 10 finish. It's probably like a plus 2,500 payout right now.
Yeah, probably.
Go. This kid's electric. He rules at the Masters. And they like these people, just because they can't say his name, they put him low in the shit. It's ridiculous. I'm like, come on now. Vegas, no respect. That's the list. That's the Masters. Hey, Tiger Woods wins this thing, and I'm not there because my grandparents sold their tickets to go on a friggin' cruise this year.
What?
I'm gonna lose my mind.
Okay.
If I'm not there, they're patrons. We could be there, man. We can be there all the time. See these flags, bro? See those flags? I got like 8 more of them.
Oh,
I can only choose 2.
Okay.
All right, Matt. Anything else you got? It's been a lightning paced.
I mean, opening day is about to happen. I don't give a.
You gonna go guard some plates, bro?
I'm not a Guardians fan.
What fan are you?
I'm a Cubs fan.
Well, the Cubs suck again anyway, so.
I stopped paying attention to baseball over a decade ago because I'm like.
And then the Cubs won a World Series.
Bro, that was the one time I was rooting for the Guardians because that's my hometown. Like, it's my favorite team against my hometown team. I'm not a Guardians fan, but I have hometown pride and I will root for their success. And then there's my favorite team that I've been to a game at Wrigley. My first baseball jersey I ever owned was a stitched Sammy Sosa jersey that my girlfriend currently has stolen from me in her closet.
If you know where it is, she hasn't stolen it.
Fair, but it doesn't even fit me, but it's kid size. Like,
you're bitching about a kid's.
Like, it
never
doesn't
change,
fit.
Matt. Never change.
It doesn't even fit me because it's a kid size. But yeah, I've always preferred the Cubs. I always follow the Cubs. The Cubs have been my team. And I think I might have a Cubs hat up in my closet still. But yeah, I'm a Cubs fan first and foremost. I do not care for baseball in general. So I'm not the person to talk about baseball. I'll play MLB The Show.
I know who is, and it's our buddy Brandon Buckingham, who's got his own baseball show. over on the Mobley the Money channel. Go over, check that guy. I think he just put up an American League preview yesterday. Yeah, dude. Fuck. Open invitation to come on and talk about baseball, baby. Always.
Yeah, Colin needs someone to talk about baseball with.
Please. It's my life right now. I'm depressed because we had 2 baseball games today and tomorrow, and one got canceled, and then didn't have enough room on the bus to take me. So I'm like a lack of baseball now. Now I'm like watching spring training.
You said you're not going tomorrow either?
Nah. No room on the bus.
I know what I'm going to do with you in the morning.
Play a little Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds fun. All right, folks. That'll do it for this edition of Real Sports. We got Champions League coming up in 9 minutes. Manchester City playing Atletico Madrid. It's going to be an absolute barn burner of an afternoon of soccer. So give it a shout. Give us a shout over at WAT Real Lane on Twitter. Find me at _C Morris.
Real quick plugs.
And the rest of the quality programming here.
Well, quick plugs. This April, end of the month in Cleveland is Fan Expo Cleveland. No, not a lot of sports fans here, but I still got to plug it anyways because we're working with this con. I don't know, a lot of sports fans might like Dragon Ball, or they might like Kevin Smith films, or they might like Star Wars for all I know. So all the talent,
or Demon Slayer, or My Hero Academia.
All the talent you see on this little graphic here will be there, whether they are voice talent, actor, or actual actor. So be sure to come check that out. Later tonight, my review of Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore will drop. I was so glad to see that movie as early as I did because it means my review gets to go out earlier. So, yay. But Monday, Spin from the Real. This Sunday, there will be a pre-recorded Real Talk. I think Toby mentioned something about possibly doing him playing along to Star Wars, or Lego Star Wars, which dropped today. So, I mean,
he can get his hands on it.
He said he's buying it digitally, so he can get his hands on it. But yeah, with that, that's all we got going on right now.
I'm Colin. That's Matt. That's Matt. See you next time, folks. Bye. Knock, knock, go Cox.
Oh, I thought you ended